so I'm going to briefly take you through the point of sale module for a bar and restaurant setup so that you can understand how easy it is to use both for the waiters and any other person who will be using that particular module to make sales. Yeah, so I'm logged in using my administrator account, and just as you know it, JiPOS serves different industries, and I'll go straight ahead and select bar and restaurant setup. Then I simply submit, and that's it. So with my administrator account, I will be able to see quite a lot. And just as we have kept mentioning, depending on the account type that you'll be using, or the roles or levels that you're allowed to use by administrator in the system, then you will be able to see either all of these if you're an administrator, or maybe few of what you are seeing here on the dashboard, depending on the URLs in the system. Yeah, so with that said, I'll go straight away to this particular button here. It's called POS, or point of sale. Then let me just open it in a different tab. And I'll simply go ahead and select my selling point. Of course, this happens when you are an administrator. If you are, let's say, a waiter or any other person who is mapped to a given selling point, you won't be selecting a selling point every time you want to make a sale. So then I'll just pick my selling store, and then the system will just reload. And here we go. I will be able to see different categories of the items that we have registered in the system up here. And you can use this bar to scroll to be able to see all of them. And also you can just use this particular navigation tools to be able to see these buttons here. And these are just categories of the items that we have in our system. And they can also be helpful when you want to filter these items here. So you can simply click on a button and it will filter out items that are related to that particular category that we have selected. And then I can simply click this one. I don't see there is no items in that categories. In that particular category, let me just click another one. That one, the way, yeah, that one also doesn't have any items. Yeah, so I can just click this other one. Yeah, this one has got 2 items. Yeah, so basically it helps in filtering out the items that are related to that category. And then at the same time, if I want to see, or I want to go back to where I was, I just reload that page. Then here we go. We do have got all our items here. Yeah, so it's quite easy to use this particular module to make sales. And how to make sales is quite simple. I just simply come here once I'm logged in as a waiter. I just simply come here and punch what I'm supposed to sell. And then if I want to sell this other one, I just punch it like that. And all of them will be coming to this section. This is called a calculator. And once my details are correct, let me say I want to edit this one to be 2. I just delete, write 2. Or I can just use this one, these up and down buttons or icons to change this figure here. And of course, you will see the total or the subtotal just auto multiplying. And then I have got my total here. So with this, I'm just able to sell. I just go here and make a sell. Just as simple as that. Yeah. And then, of course, now you will see my invoice or the receipt I'm supposed to issue to the customer, or the bill itself is here. Yeah, so this is the bill. And of course, based on my configurations in the system, I have not allowed for printing of captain orders, because that is also allowed in this particular system. But if I enabled it, you would have seen 2 bills here. One for captain order that goes to the restaurant or the bar section, for the waiter or the bartender. And then also this particular bill that goes to the customer. Of course, it has not been paid. That's why you can see it is called invoice up here. Let me just maximize. And of course, with your business information details and the information of this particular printout, things to do with the printout code or the bill code, which is unique in every bill that is made in the system, the date this bill was made and the time, and then the table. Of course, it has picked the table as a default, which was counter 1 based on our selection, and then printing time. Yeah, so these are just more security features that we have enabled in the receipt to be able to track down to each and every particular sale. And down here, you will be able to see the total received, which is now 0. That is why it is still called an invoice. And of course, once this sale is cleared, it will be called the receipt that can be issued will be written receipt up here. And then you also will be able to see if there is any change or balance that needs to be given to the customer. Of course, in this case, it is 0, but served by, you'll be able to see the person name or the waiter's name, and of course, the person who has printed it, and the branch or the selling store. And your till number is there. And as always, it is powered by JiPOS. Yeah, so with this, it will auto print. You don't have to go ahead and select print and all that. It will auto print after we do the configuration with your hardware. And that would be it. Yeah, so as you have noted, the system has logged me out automatically. That is a security feature we have implemented in the system so that any waiter who will be making a sale, once you make a sale, the system will log you out so that the next person doesn't use your account or you forget to log out, in that the next person who will be using the system can just go ahead and use your account. So that will never happen. The moment you make a sale, the system will auto log you out so that it gives room, or you give room for the other people to use their accounts to make sales. Of course, that clarifies one thing, that each and every person who will be using the system must have their own unique codes or accounts. Of course, you will see this is the window through which waiters or people will be selling through the system will be using. It is a quick window to access the system. You just click your code or your PIN, 4-digit PIN or even 5-digit PIN, and then you simply click login, and then it will take you back to point of sale section. Yeah, so selling is just as easy as that. It's basically that simple. Actually, when we do train on this particular module, it's something that doesn't take more than 15 minutes. So because everything is just available here at your touch, all the products will be available here. And the moment you click one, of course, it auto-populates in this particular calculator section. And then you simply go ahead and sell. Yeah, so as we have seen how simple it is to make sales here, let me explain a few more things. In this section, these are the products, or these are the products that we'll be selling, and you will realize that there are these particular numbers on every or on most of these products. These are the inventory balances. You can see this one has got 97, this is 97, this is 100, this one 97, 100. Yeah, so these are just inventory balances because this section must be linked with the inventory, in that when we sell, it auto deducts from the system inventory or from the inventory balance that we have. So the moment you make a sale, let's say if we sell this 7 of this at the moment, when we refresh this page, it will be 90. So it auto deducts from the inventory directly. And then you will also see these numbers down here. These are prices that are set in the system as the marked price or the selling prices for these particular items. And then there are these items that don't have these numbers. Yeah, so let me explain this. These ones, we call them, their quantities not defined. And then the ones with numbers, we call them quantities defined. So quantities defined, to start with, that is for the ones with the numbers, it means that you can be able to count them physically. You can be able to see that we have got, let's say, 70 or 97 Caprice Sweet Red cans on your shelf. At the same time, you can be able to say you have got 97 Coke Zero bottles. Yeah, so it's a physical stock that you can count. And then we have got now these ones without the numbers. These are also physical stock, but then you don't have a specific quantity that you're going to make for a day, or that you have within a day. Let's say a cup of tea. You don't know how many that you're going to make, as much as you may have a rough estimate, but you're not sure how many cups of tea you're going to have in one day, because this is dependent on the customer orders. Of course, we have in store, or we have registered in store, the raw materials that we are going to use to make this particular dish or plate or cup. Yeah, so what we don't know here, that is why the quantity is not defined, is the number that we are going to make in one single day. Of course, you see these numbers, let's say an example of pork bread, when we sell 97 of them, this number will be 0 and you will not sell it even if you click it. Yeah, but in this particular scenario, since we are not sure how many we are going to make in a single day, we cannot restrict it with a given quantity. So that is why it is open. So people will just sell it as long as it is available in the kitchen. But if it is not available in the kitchen, that is how a restaurant manager or a cashier, given the role, can be able to disable this particular item from being sold. That one is available on this other section here under the items list. Yeah, so we have got a whole video discussion on how to do that. Of course, it is very simple. Yeah, so that is the difference between defined and not defined items in terms of their quantities. If you need more clarification on that, please let us know. We can have a personalized explanation or clarification in line with that. So mostly the kitchen items don't have these numbers or quantities. Things to do with, let's say, a plate of rice, biryani, ugali, things to do with and these are the services like swimming pool. You can also register them here and just sell them just like normal products. Yeah, so that is an explanation of what product looks like in terms of quantities that is predefined and not defined. And then bringing you back to this section, as we had noted, or we have seen, these buttons with orange colors, these are categories, item categories. And then you can just use them to filter out these items here. And then you will be able to see turn on happy hour prices. So this is a role. If you don't have a role to do this, you will not be able to see this button here, but it is more to do with the giving discounts. Let's say if you have got happy hour arrangement in your a restaurant or in your bar to attract more customers at a given date or at particular hours, then you have got this section here. So the moment you turn it on, of course, after setting or configuring happy hour prices, that is done on this section down here under configuration. We have a video on doing that. Then the moment you turn it on, the prices, when it reaches that particular time, it automatically changes to the happy hour. All the prices you see here will automatically change to the happy hour prices without any human intervention. And then when that time elapses, it goes back to its original or normal price. That having been explained, let me explain also some items here. Let's say if we are selling in this case, we do have got this total VAT. And of course, this is calculated based on the configuration or the tax configuration of your items. In the system, you can be able to configure items as VATed or exempted. And you'll be able to see this column here. So you can be able to configure your items as VATed or exempted. And based on that, you'll be able to see their calculations here. And then also hotel levy, which is by default based on the tourism regulations in Kenya, especially, it is 2%, and you will be able to see that calculation here. Yeah, so all the reports for VAT and hotel levy are also available in our accounting section. We do have got that as well explained in another video. And you also will be able to see the total here that the person needs to pay or the customer needs to pay. And then you can also select the counter that the person is seated. And if you'd want to, let's say in a fast food restaurant where customers have to pay first so that the order can be made, then you will simply select, first before you make a sale, through which means is the customer paying. Let's say if it is cash or pay bill, you just simply select there. And then the amount, of course, you will specify if it is 1,800, then you specify if the customer has paid 2,000. Of course, you will be able to see the balance down here, which is 200. And then if it is, if the money is paid through M-Pesa or a KCB or Equity or whichever bank, a PDQ, you will be able to type in your reference code here. And if if we do integration with the M-Pesa pay below till number, you will not have to do all this, because the payment, you will be able to simply select this particular payment from the M-Pesa transactions. Yeah, so that is also quite easy to do. We'll be able to show you how that happens. And once you type in your reference code, of course, you will be able to simply go ahead and make a sale. Unless you have got the rights to give discounts, then you will find this particular section or this box here. But if you don't have the rights to give discount, you will not be able to see this. Same way, you will not be able to see this checkbox. That is asking you, is this a complimentary order? Yeah, so if you don't have the rights to complement orders, you will not be able to see this box here. And then also, you should be able to see if you want to apply a discount, of course, also if you want to redeem the points. If you don't have this right, you will not be able to do that. But if you want to do it, of course, if you enabled in the system, then you will simply use this particular section to redeem the customer points. So it means the system comes with a loyalty program that will be beneficial in terms of customer retention. Because the moment we click that, you see it is telling you that the selling store is, of course, this particular selling store. This is the name of our selling store. And then you can be able to type in the customer name or the customer number. Of course, if you are redeeming a point, you're redeeming points of an existing customer. So what you will do is just simply tap or type the customer's phone number, and that would be it. System will just automatically locate that customer. And in this scenario, or in this system, 100 shillings of purchase is equivalent to 1 point. Yeah, so you can be able to also, just before you do a redemption of points, just visit customer profile. Let me just do that for you. You just come to customers, and then you check their points here. You will be able to see their points as listed in this section. Yeah. Then once you're sure of how much or how many you want to redeem, then you can just come on this other side and do your redemption of those points. Yeah, so with that, I just simply go ahead and sell. So that is as simple as that. Then one last thing in this section that I also would want to explain to you is that we do have got also open sales. In an ideal restaurant situation, a customer comes in, orders a meal before paying, and then of course after eating, then pays based on the bill balance, all the amount that he's supposed to pay as written in the bill, as accurately written or captured in the bill. So in a scenario like in our first sale that we made, we sold without specifying the payment mode. And of course, selling in an ideal situation, in an ideal restaurant situation, or a restaurant setup, once I've selected my items here in this case, and then let me just change that to 2, then I would simply select table, it is this one, and then I simply make a sale. As simple as that. That is how to sell. Then, of course, you will see that the amount paying here is 0. It means that what I'm going to sell, or the receipt that is going to come out, or the bill that is going to come out, will be written invoice. And in the system, we mark that as open sale. So all the open sales that have not been cleared will be found here under the open sale. And in this, at this point, we do have got 5 of them. So you will see all of them in this section. And if, let's say, a customer is taking his meal, and let's say he has ordered for an extra item, I don't come and make a fresh bill. I just simply come and locate that customer's bill. Let's say if it is this 2,500. Of course, just as I mentioned before, every bill has got a unique code. And in this one, you just simply check if this code relates or is the same as the one that is written on the customer bill. Yeah, so it means that if a customer has requested for additional food, just simply pick the invoice or the bill that you had issued and come here and counter check the customer's bill, which one it is among these ones. And of course, you can also just check within on the amount column if it resonates to the one to the receipt that you're holding or to the invoice bill that you're holding in your hands. At the same time, you can just simply type the last 3 digits of that particular bill code. So let's say it is this is the bill. I'll just type it there under C. It is 2,500. So what I simply do is I come here and do what we call edit. So editing doesn't mean that you will remove what you had placed earlier. You cannot do that. So what you simply do here is you come and just add the item that you want to add in that particular bill. So as simple as that, then you simply go ahead and update. Yeah, the moment we update, you will be able to see our new bill, and of course with the new items that we have just added. Yeah, then we just print this out and take to the customer. So basically that is it. And of course, just see down here, you will see it's giving you reprint. Reprint means that this particular bill has been reprinted. You will see the particulars just as we had seen earlier, the particulars of this particular bill, and that would be enough for that section. Yeah, so basically that's it. That's just it on the point of sale section, how to make sales, and then also how to edit sale, and just how to take advantage of this button that you're seeing here, from also adding customer information. Of course, before we even leave, there is this section here which you can, when you are making a sale and you have got this customer information, you can simply type it here. The customer name, the phone number, and of course the email if you do have. And the moment you make a sale, the bill that will come out with the customer name, and then that customer information will be saved in this section as we saw earlier under customer information. And then the next day when you want to sell to the customer whose information already sits in the system, then what you simply do, just click on this particular person or person icon, and then type in the phone number only, and then just proceed and make a sale. Those sales that you'll make on that individual's profile will be deposited in the customer's information or in the customer's order, so that when you come here and visit this order, let me just pick this second one, you will be able to see all the orders that this person has. This guy doesn't have data. Yeah, but you will be able to see all the data of the customer. So with that mentioned, that is basically it when it comes to making sales and of course, printing out bills. And then we're going to look at how to clear these bills. Of course, now that is working with a cashier or somebody designated to clear these open sales. Yeah, so all these open sales are also available in this particular sales section. You will be able to see open sales here. You will find all the open sales that are available in the system. Yeah, and in this scenario, you can see we have got 5. And of course, you can see in this case, we have got the 5 open sales. Yeah, so if, let's say you want to clear this sale as a cashier, that is if a waiter has made a sale and you want to clear it, of course, after being given the money that the customer has paid, or after confirmation of a payment by customer. So simply what you do, each and every sale has got a unique code. Each and every cell has a unique code. So as a cashier, you will just simply come here. Of course, you will be enabled to view this particular section where we have open cells. And in this particular open cell, even before clearing it, you'll be able to see who the customer name is. Of course, the bill code is here. This is just the serial codes of these cells. And then the selling point. And then the dates these sales were made, who did make these sales, the net amount, and any balance if there is, and of course discounts awarded, and of course the store. Yeah, so to clear sale is quite simple. I simply come here and put my code or the sale code here. Of course, I can just use the last 3 digits. I'll find my sale here, the sale that I want to clear. So as a cashier, I can simply come here and click, this particular sales code, and then I'll see what we have sold that has got this particular balance we need to clear. And of course, this is, we call it a sales profile. Yeah, we call it a sales profile. Then what I simply do, I come down here. Of course, I'll see the payment date has already captured the amount that is due. It resonates with this one. And then I simply come and select which mode this payment came in. Then after doing that, or if it is M-Pesa till number, I'll put my code here. And of course, just as I mentioned, we can integrate with M-Pesa so that you don't have to do this manual entry of feeding in the transaction code. You will simply come and select open M-Pesa till payment, and you just simply reconcile after going through to ensure that the money that, or the amount that you want to reconcile is actually has been paid for this particular bill. But in a case where we have got pay bill integration, of course, this works with till integration. But with pay bill integration, this payment will auto reconcile. So you don't have to, as a cashier, you don't have to come to this particular section to do the clearing of these sales, unless now it is a cash sale or a cash payment. Yeah, so with this, once I'm done with that, I don't have to mind about these other forms. Simply come here and make or receive this payment. Yeah, so these forms are just for other payments like check. Yeah, that's when you have to fill in this form. But if it is through either till number, pay bill, or petty cash, or even a PDQ, then that is all the information I need to capture in this section. And then I come here and simply make this payment. So that is clear, and you will be able to see here balance is 00. And if we print this particular bill now, you will see it is now written receipt up here. It's now written receipt. Yeah. So that's it when it comes to clearing of a sale. And I can simply locate another sale, and you will now see that there are 4. Even if we now come to this section, you will now see that there are 4. Yeah, so in a scenario where now I as a waiter, I come to my profile and see that I have got open sales, it means I have got some payments or customer payments have not taken to the cashier, or cashier has not cleared these payments. So I can follow up to see where the issue is. So let me clear another cell. I just simply come here on this section. I click cells and open cells. And even before I clear the cells, let me just show you something else here. If I come to the sales list, I'll be able to see all the sales that we have made here. All of them are here, but now I'll be able to see these ones with red. It means that these ones have not been cleared. So any cell any cell that has got these red balances, it means that these are still open sales. Of course, this is a section under which you'll be able to see all the sales that you've made in the system, ever from the beginning of using the system or the system usage in your setup. You will be able to find all of them here. So even at this time, or at even this point, I can simply click here as a cashier. Then I'll see this particular cell, and then I simply come here and clear it. So let me say this is made through paybill, through cash. Cash doesn't have a transaction code. So then I just come here and clear. Then that is it. It has got 0 balance. And if I want to print it, I can just come here and print it. You will see it has got the receipt up here. Receipt. Yeah. So that when I come back again to my open sales, I will be able to see they have been reduced now to 3. Then if I want, I can also just clear this one. Just select my payment. If I do have got a transaction code, and that is just it. When I come back to my open sales, now 2. So you can just go ahead and clear all these cells as you wish. So it's quite easy, quite simple, and you don't have to struggle at all when it comes to clearing a cell. And the essence of having to select this particular payment modes is for this particular report that you'll be able to see here, because at the end of the day, as a business owner, you need to know how your money has been received. At the end of the day, when you query, for an instance or for an example, if you query a report, let's say like this one here, close day report, you should be able to know under this close day report how sales have been received, like in this section. So that marks the end of that session. Keep tuned in for our next videos. Thank you.